The mention of the electrician's occupation in the headline highlights a potential connection between their professional skills and the ability to commit the crime. Electricians possess specialized knowledge and access to tools that could be utilized to overcome security measures, create distractions, or gain unauthorized access. One way their knowledge could be used involves disabling alarm systems. Electricians are trained in wiring and electrical circuits, which could allow them to tamper with or completely deactivate a home's alarm system, enabling them to enter and exit undetected. Secondly, electricians can create electrical diversions. Using their understanding of electrical systems, they might stage a power outage or other electrical malfunction to draw attention away from their primary activities, providing a window of opportunity. Thirdly, electricians sometimes have access to blueprints and schematics of buildings. This knowledge of a building's layout, including the location of security systems, wiring, and entry points, could be invaluable in planning and executing a crime. The electrician's skills related to wiring tools and electrical systems could be relevant. Firstly, knowledge of wiring allows the manipulation of electrical systems for various purposes, including bypassing security measures. Secondly, access to specialized tools such as wire cutters, multimeters, and other electrical equipment could be used to disable systems or create diversions. Thirdly, understanding electrical systems facilitates creating distractions such as power outages or manipulating surveillance systems. Electricians are trained to work with electrical systems in residential, commercial, and industrial settings. This includes installing, maintaining, and repairing wiring, fixtures, and equipment. Their knowledge encompasses a broad range of topics, including electrical codes, safety procedures, and troubleshooting techniques. Regarding electrical codes, electricians must adhere to the National Electrical Code, or NEC, and local regulations to ensure safe and compliant installations. The NEC provides guidelines for wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and other aspects of electrical systems. An electrician's understanding of 110.1 through 900.5 is crucial for safe and compliant work. Safety procedures are paramount in electrical work due to the inherent risks of electrical shock and fire. Electricians are trained to follow lockout-tagout procedures, use personal protective equipment such as insulated gloves and safety glasses, and work to energize circuits whenever possible. Troubleshooting techniques involve diagnosing and repairing electrical problems. Electricians use various tools and methods to identify faults, such as continuity testers, voltage testers, and visual inspections. Understanding the principles of electrical circuits, including series and parallel circuits, is essential for effective troubleshooting. Specific skills that could be relevant include the ability to read and interpret blueprints and schematics, which is essential for understanding the layout of electrical systems in buildings. Electricians use these documents to locate wiring, equipment, and control panels. Wire stripping and termination are fundamental skills for connecting wires to devices and equipment. Electricians must be able to strip insulation from wires without damaging the conductors and make secure connections using terminals, connectors, and splicing techniques. Conduit bending involves shaping metal or plastic conduit to route wiring through buildings. Electricians use specialized tools such as conduit benders to create precise bends and offsets. Knowledge of grounding and bonding is crucial for ensuring electrical safety. Electricians must understand the principles of grounding and bonding to protect against electrical shock and prevent equipment damage. Testing and inspection skills are used to verify the integrity and safety of electrical installations. Electricians use various testing instruments to measure voltage, current, and resistance and to check for ground faults and other problems. Regarding alarms, an electrician's knowledge of alarm systems could enable them to disable or bypass them. This could involve cutting wires, disconnecting power supplies, or interfering with sensors. Access control systems such as keycard readers and biometric scanners may also be vulnerable to manipulation by someone with electrical expertise. Blueprints and schematics provide detailed information about the layout of buildings, including the location of electrical systems, security systems, and other critical infrastructure. An electrician's ability to interpret these documents could provide valuable insights for planning and executing a crime. Regarding scenarios, consider a scenario where an electrician uses their knowledge to disable a security system in a building. They could cut the power to the system, bypass the alarm sensors, or tamper with the control panel. This would allow them to enter the building undetected and commit a crime. Another scenario involves an electrician creating a diversion to distract attention from their activities. They could stage a power outage, set off a false alarm, or create some other type of electrical disturbance to draw attention away from their main objective. An electrician could also use their knowledge of blueprints and schematics to locate valuable assets within a building. This could include cash, jewelry, or other items that could be stolen. The access that electricians have to various locations can be a factor. Electricians often work in a variety of settings, including homes, businesses, and industrial facilities. This gives them access to a wide range of properties and potential targets. The level of access they have depends on their job responsibilities and the trust placed in them by their employees and clients. The potential for abuse of trust exists when an electrician is given access to sensitive areas or information. This could include access to security codes, alarm system settings, or confidential business data. The legal and ethical considerations for electricians are important. Electricians are bound by legal and ethical codes of conduct that govern their professional activities. These codes prohibit them from using their skills and knowledge for illegal or unethical purposes. Violations of these codes can result in disciplinary action, including loss of license or criminal charges. Examples of crimes where electrical knowledge could be a factor include burglary, sabotage, and arson. In a burglary, an electrician could use their skills to disable security systems or gain access to a building. In a sabotage incident, an electrician could intentionally damage electrical equipment or systems to disrupt operations. In an arson case, an electrician could use their knowledge of electrical wiring to start a fire. Case studies and real-world examples demonstrate the potential for electricians to be involved in criminal activities. News reports and court records document instances where electricians have used their skills to commit crimes. These cases highlight the importance of background checks, security measures, and ethical conduct in the electrical profession. The electrician's skills in relation to electrical codes and standards are important. Electricians must adhere to electrical codes and standards to ensure safe and compliant installations. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides guidelines for wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and other aspects of electrical systems. Local regulations may also impose additional requirements. Failure to comply with electrical codes and standards can result in fines, penalties, and legal liabilities. The NEC is a comprehensive set of guidelines and regulations for electrical installations. Some key areas covered by the NEC include wiring methods, which specify the types of wiring allowed in different applications and the methods for installing them. Overcurrent protection involves the use of circuit breakers and fuses to protect electrical circuits from overloads and short circuits. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, reducing the risk of electrical shock. The NEC is updated every 3 years to reflect changes in technology and best practices. Electricians must stay up to date with the latest edition of the NEC to ensure compliance. Local electrical codes may vary depending on the jurisdiction. Electricians must be familiar with the local codes in the areas where they work. State and local governments typically enforce electrical codes and standards. Inspectors conduct inspections to verify that electrical installations comply with the codes. Electricians must be licensed to perform electrical work in most jurisdictions. Licensing requirements typically include passing an exam and completing an apprenticeship or training program. Continuing education requirements ensure that electricians stay up to date with the latest codes and technologies. Electricians' safety training and procedures are important. Electricians undergo extensive safety training to protect themselves from electrical hazards. This training includes topics such as lockout-tagout procedures, personal protective equipment, and first aid. Electricians must also be aware of the potential hazards associated with working with electricity, such as electrical shock, arc flash, and electrocution. Lockout-tagout procedures are used to de-energize electrical equipment before working on it. This involves disconnecting the power source and placing a lock and tag on the equipment to prevent it from being accidentally energized. Personal protective equipment, or PPE, is used to protect electricians from electrical hazards. This includes insulated gloves, safety glasses, and arc flash suits. First aid training is essential for responding to electrical emergencies. Electricians should be trained in CPR and other first aid techniques. Safe work practices are critical for preventing electrical accidents. These practices include working de-energized circuits whenever possible, using insulated tools, and maintaining a safe distance from energized equipment. Common electrical hazards include electrical shock, which can occur when a person comes into contact with an energized circuit. Arc flash is a sudden release of electrical energy that can cause severe burns and other injuries. Electrocution is a fatal injury caused by electrical shock. The risk of electrical hazards can be minimized by following safe work practices, using appropriate PPE, and staying up to date with safety training. Electricians' tools and equipment are essential for performing electrical work safely and efficiently. Some common tools and equipment used by electricians include wire strippers, which are used to remove insulation from wires without damaging the conductors. Pliers are used for gripping, cutting, and bending wires. Screwdrivers are used for tightening and loosening screws. Voltage testers are used to verify that circuits are de-energized before working on them. Multimeters are used to measure voltage, current, and resistance. Conduit benders are used to bend metal or plastic conduit. Power tools, such as drills and saws, are used for various tasks, such as drilling holes and cutting materials. Specialized equipment, such as cable pullers and hydraulic crimpers, are used for specific applications. Proper maintenance of tools and equipment is essential for ensuring safety and performance. This includes cleaning tools regularly, inspecting them for damage, and replacing worn or damaged parts. Calibration of testing equipment is necessary to ensure accurate measurements. Storage of tools and equipment should be organized and secured to prevent damage and loss. Electricians' professional ethics and responsibilities are important. Electricians have a responsibility to uphold ethical standards in their profession. This includes honesty, integrity, and fairness in their dealings with clients and colleagues. Electricians must also comply with all applicable laws and regulations. Conflicts of interest should be avoided to maintain objectivity and impartiality. Confidentiality of client information is paramount. The electrician should not disclose any confidential information without the client's consent. Professional development is essential for staying up to date with the latest technologies and best practices. The electrician should participate in continuing education and training programs to enhance their skills and knowledge. Community involvement and service can enhance the reputation of the electrical profession. Electricians can volunteer their time and expertise to support community projects. Reporting unethical or illegal conduct is a responsibility of all electricians. Whistleblowing policies protect individuals who report wrongdoing. Consequences of unethical or illegal conduct can include disciplinary action, loss of license, and criminal charges. Electricians' access to blueprints and building plans is important. Electricians often have access to blueprints and building plans as part of their job responsibilities. These documents provide detailed information about the layout of buildings, including the location of electrical systems, security systems, and other critical infrastructure. Blueprints typically include floor plans, electrical schematics, and mechanical drawings. Floor plans show the layout of rooms, walls, and other features of a building. Electrical schematics show the wiring diagrams for electrical systems. Mechanical drawings show the location of HVAC equipment, plumbing, and other mechanical systems. Access to blueprints is typically controlled and restricted to authorized personnel. Electricians may need to sign non-disclosure agreements to protect confidential information. Security measures are often in place to prevent unauthorized access to blueprints. The use of blueprints for criminal purposes is illegal and unethical. Electricians should only use blueprints for legitimate business purposes. Case studies of crimes involving blueprints highlight the potential risks. These cases underscore the importance of security measures and ethical conduct. Electricians' security system knowledge and vulnerabilities are important. Electricians may have knowledge of security systems, which could be exploited for criminal purposes. This knowledge includes the location of security cameras, alarm sensors, and control panels. Electricians may also be familiar with the vulnerabilities of different types of security systems. Security systems can be vulnerable to hacking, tampering, and other forms of attack. Wireless security systems are particularly vulnerable to hacking. Physical security measures, such as locks and alarms, can be bypassed by skilled individuals. Case studies of security system breaches highlight the potential risks. These cases underscore the importance of robust security measures and regular security audits. Mitigation strategies for security vulnerabilities include implementing strong passwords, using encryption, and keeping software up to date. Physical security measures, such as motion detectors and surveillance cameras, can deter criminals. Regular security audits can identify and address vulnerabilities. Collaboration between security professionals and electricians is essential for protecting against security threats. Electricians' case studies and real-world examples are important. There have been cases where electricians have used their skills and knowledge to commit crimes. These cases illustrate the potential risks associated with the profession. Examples include burglaries, sabotage, and arson. The motivations behind these crimes vary, but often involve financial gain or revenge. Law enforcement agencies investigate these crimes and prosecute the perpetrators. The consequences for electricians who commit crimes can be severe, including imprisonment and loss of license. Prevention measures include background checks, security measures, and ethical training. Employers should conduct thorough background checks on all employees. Security measures should be in place to protect sensitive information and equipment. Ethical training should be provided to all employees to promote ethical conduct. The electrical profession has a responsibility to address these issues and take steps to prevent future crimes. By implementing these measures, the electrical profession can maintain its integrity and protect the public.